saga ya ene atiatese Ghana ha ba bia befa bi obi aka ho asem hwan na kofa bae Reverend John Intimfodjo ono MP Edema Asin South ono ena wokomeki that pronouncement say ene plains akese mienu bi ebepiem ewo Ghana ha ba kusi ha cheye na ne nyina etufri Ghana ha nom 25th of April ena omde omani achirem wo Gran Canaria eho ena omo ekoya eho so ensensema hodo bebre omo wi omo tande omani chirem wo baby plain kroya ne no ena kofa nsamba se samra enei eye adubone ho edwade atiatese ewo yemam ha no ho nsam atiatese o mam ha no wono de asusu se allegedly se plains na baye no payfor anti committee anase payfor nhwemu na ono de ene se sa edwadie ne bi ena ebedi wo ha sami baye ya twene sre ene abasa ema the communications obi okasama aban ewo aban ewo soimu yenra Felix Kwachiofosu ede ensem ahodo ebetu dwa se plane seye ena mo be ye na be refluwe na ho nsem bebre eno mampani bo graduation as a graduation parade that ma Ghana Armed Forces go piase ebu baby ewo ho echese ene ye wakase bi etaka pa se o se sakramai na sakramai ni ho na etojiwada don't cry wolf while there's no wolf we ayen some mampeni ede etudwa ye beka ho ensem ewo dwumede so na afi yahwe sede ho ensem tie. Now 3 months into the presidency, the governance of the NDC, the presidency of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, how are things going? 120 days contract no ye very visit and no kakra na afi yedi enkomo enso edi afa ho na yahwe sede ho ensem ete Feed Ghana initiative eno ho nsem enso ha ye beka ho ensem enso ewo dwumedie so but yanko na yenma honorable Akwaba na afi yanko hwe ye video so no kakra ansa na eba bedi enkomo. Honorable Seth Osei Akoto abani memwadwo
Burubinia
na bokode
Radadum
papa Akwaba so you want some can anyway, you didn't come right into a message afafa 0551599933 yansabe kana fe yakenkan enso e de ama me ansase from the IGP okopiem ewo Boku na ode anodisem ekoma Boku emrante se police for cry omombone a omumfancha gudubreo na nyuma ho enti obema aye police anase obema maburu no enyuma ayo yango ne gotin sama IGP editujwa
of the Republic of Ghana. I bring you greetings for good tonight. I will not hear any gunfire, and I hope that have confidence in us so that together we'll work and that will bring peace to this area. We assure you that when it comes to recruitment, we'll give the people of Boku priority. We'll give the youth of Boku priority. And so for that matter, a special team will come here to do special recruitment for people of the youth of Boku. And I hope, if I'm sleeping in Boku tonight, I will not hear any gunfire. And I hope that people will assure me, so that I can sleep here and then I can bring more people, the NGOs and investors who want to come to Boku. So I'm going to test it tonight. If for the next 3 days I'll be here and I don't hear any gunfire, then I know you have received my message. So please forgive us, forgive all the security agencies where they have gone wrong. If anybody has any special concern about any security officer, please report it to us. We are ready to solve that problem. And all your grievances should go to the overlord. And when overlord receive it,
we the IGP Yenra tete yonu ena ode ensemi ekotudwa we osan editudwa se wombebe Boku bai ekro no ho ban sebe ya how bia enso entimi yenti IGP underscore enso.
Of the Republic of Ghana, I bring you greetings from the Interior Minister. I bring you greetings from Defense Minister and the greetings from the majority leader in Parliament, who is a son of this area. I had a lot of consultation with them before coming here. We are here, police, military, and other security services here to provide security to Boku. Some of us, we have been here in the years past. We know Boku. Boku is an area where every security officer would like to come and work here before finally he goes on retirement. Today, some of us who saw that, we are not happy with what it is today. It is our prayer the Almighty God will bring the same glory of Boku back. I've come here to come and work together with you and also to ensure that our men that we bring here, they work according to the mandate. I've seen a lot of things that have been written on the placards, and we are going to work towards it. We are going to make sure that your concerns, as you have shown on your placards, we are going to work according to it. We want everything that is worrying the people in this area about we, the security over here. Let us know.
We IGP Christian Tete Yonu and Otise Odi Ensem Etudwa. Mianko His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, Onoso Enra, Ewo Ghana Armed Forces graduation nase, Okansem Edifa Boko Ensensem no. Yenko Tiensema, His Excellency Editudwa.
An abandoned military accommodation across the nation. To our graduating cadets, you are being commissioned at a time when the sub-region is facing security threats. These threats have the tendency to erode our collective security gains. I encourage you to remain resolute and committed as you work very hard to improve on the legacy left by your predecessors. Embrace that legacy and carry it forward with pride. Under my watch as the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, merit-based promotions hinged on competence and not connections will be the norm and not the exception. We will also expand opportunities. Let me reiterate that we will take all allegations of crime seriously and trigger our security service investigative machinery to go after criminals no matter who they are. But let me state emphatically also that we do not have the resources and time to engage in any game of smoke and mirrors. The Ghana Armed Forces is engaged in several theaters to maintain peace and security in our nation. One major flashpoint continues to be the Boku area. Only 2 days ago, an incident in a marketplace triggered an unfortunate loss of lives and criminal vandalism of property. I wish to emphasize that nobody gains from this situation of conflict and insecurity. We have triggered the Otumfor mediation process, which saw all stakeholders participate in discussions in Kumasi on a roadmap towards peace. I'm assured by the Asantehene that the process will resume next week when he returns from his brief visit abroad. Congratulations to our armed forces for the sacrifices you have made even at the peril of your lives, to protect life and property in the Boku conflict area. We need a
we His Excellency John Dramani Mahama onoso ensema okaye ede efa aye Boku ensensem no enso ehu osanka bi ede fa aye nipa mote emamu ha kwan a yemfa so a yemwa sebe security ho sensem no eno so ebetimi akoyi yenti nsema wampani ede etudwa.
Distinguished guests, our sub-region is affected by the scourge of terrorism. Terrorist attacks close to our northern border have become a regular feature. Ghana is also not immune from the influence and effects of the complex challenges posed by the global security environment. This is because globally non-state security actors are becoming, or in some instances, have already become central and pivotal. This situation requires a comprehensive approach to state security, and one cannot underestimate the importance of active participation of all our citizens in the security and stability of our state. As citizens of Ghana, we must recognize that the nature of contemporary threats that confront us demand that we do not perceive our security services as the exclusive institutions responsible for our safety and security. The complementary roles of individuals, organizations, and the government in national security is of critical importance. I urge our citizens in discharging this complementary duty of helping to safeguard our security not to behave like the shepherd boy in the famous fable who cried, "Wolf, wolf," when there was no wolf. If we behave like that boy, either for partisan or parochial interest, we distract the attention of our security services from focusing on...
All right, anyway, answer His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and some of the Tuja, Afi Osaika say, Yen supported the Ghana forces, Yintin Sama, Omampeni, Eddie Etujano.
Expansion of the distinguished guest, plans for the expansion of the Ghana Armed Forces to ensure increased capacity to counter both internal and external threats were initiated while I was in office in my previous term. During this period, we supervised the acquisition of air, land, and sea assets to equip the armed forces to fulfill their mandate of keeping our nation safe. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in resetting our nation to build the Ghana we want, my government will aggressively pursue the ideas of operational and combat readiness of the Ghana Armed Forces. We will resource the Ghana Armed Forces. This means better equipment, including more simulators, advanced training, and the ability to mobilize swiftly in times of need. You will be equipped to excel in your duties. We shall assess the retooling initiative and facilitate cost-effective outcomes to equip our army to the standards required for a 21st century defense force.
Right, we His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in Sama Wadi Etujano enso ebi enso enono. Right, etutrasem ejiyemai eyajinhini ewo ha sinks se yeto aba ewiye ye tutrasem ehyase se eba yemam ha no. Enei atwasoa be bosome miensa ekobosome 9 enie. But that's not the Ghana we had. Enei obete na mebunu ewo kumawu. I raise down a whole party office. HSA. Womunipa enei womo ehwe nim se ebebo ne din se DC you know. Womo hwa enye ono ne ebebo enti woma raise down a whole office. Okoka omse ya de sika na siye. Sika na siye nchese no wasɛ no. Obekɔ mampɔn na mampɔn emebunu ene party for assign asɛ party japade asɛ ne nyina ni nyina ne se omoso sa DCMC ya ye no omanyante se nipa miense shortlist omo no enye omu baako ene ni den kura ye nya moye enso ma sai niema afei ukoboko a ene nyenyenyenyenyenyenye ni nyina ene se a whole commander of the area, divisional commander of the area omatoa ne fie akwa sinifie ono ne private residence o nye de aban de amane so wontem ne private residence akwa hye ho etoa so ko pusiga esan ekọ ha MP ya wo ho no sinifie afei Mahama Yarga ya no ye MP enso ewo eye Boku wono so mu bowura ne dem ko fa ne mpa ne mattress ebe hye no. This is impunity wey eye enyema ekoso ewo ye mam ha. And if this one should continue, nase a name penyifo a woso mo kabino man kabia, where are we heading towards? Enfa ene ye de ye man no ekro. Ene obia ye ya no afa mrasha nsem no aye de opabia. What are the security forces doing to address this issue? Let me rest my case. Right. Na menko na mensan emra honorable Hobio. Na ye hwene omampani launchi a Feed Ghana initiative ewo tachiman medikan aka ho ensem wase e tackle food insecurity na fe reduce import enso ewo yemem ha yebedi enkomo e de afa hom ki eniema wode atudwa enei ewo se ka ho nsem no yebeka ho ensem ba me honorable ho na afei yedi enkomo no eyi onoba kwa babio
ye burubinua
yo yede nyame ase pa me enhyase emfa free the lawlessness any eniema ekoso oyemam titru ewo Boko bamitu
menua me da se wa mama kwanya de edi nkan befa sa kwanya so na machia obi a wa santemamu nyina nkankanka ye nana otu kwan na me se bia metie nti yemu se bia na otwe wie yo wa bedru asundwem wabedru so ayema na kwaba sansoro mefa sakonya so na machia mia mikromfo atwomampo nuafo nyina onu mama makwanya ya ene abetra se betwetwe nkomo wo ewa amazesem na mawie we minia aban baso no mo abunu se epru ne yewe yemfa nse bosome nan ene yewe kakakra na epru aende ne momu hwe omanya a ye chichire no sesei no menyini se ye chichire ne papa
ye chichire ne papa
o chichire ne papa dis na me kasa abanya ato abade amawo a yenim se de edi kan obehwe nyina so wa anye ne sa de edi kan wo se nkrofo ya form adwuma nyina se kwan papa so se nya kwan papa so wa yi omodi wo mo yi omodi no ebi kura wo kase wo mo ye basabasa ebi kura ne bi yede eka ho ye ntimi hu na nkae mu bidie ne adwene ye ne se ya mpase ato abama na wo behwe nyina so dia ene nka emfa kwan papa so na yen hihye se mo e fa mo no matise bi se 12,000 empim du mienu nka yen fa committee bi ne ensan hwehwe mu bio na wa e fata e fa kwan papa so a ye de fa wo no ka kwaye wadwuma wo su de wo su wo yi obi adi na wo yi obi adi no sebe e de na de beba nya basaba yes basa de beba
ti odi osusue mu no odwen se eno na eka obi ama mebru no ye basabasa ye
na so ho se bibisi wo ya ban foforo na bana so wo hwe nyina so na wotimi ka se aban etwam na fa nipa ntu ayi omu nyina dia e de na wo ye wo hye nkrofo bi putupa so musu nyina so nya basabasa eno na se ehu sonso anso ni ehuni wo kasa waka se kumawu yakwahye dan adenti na se na bansa wana mo ekoyeye nya ndisi fo kro no a mampon de kra de metie kra na ha me bibre esanse ati o man ufiri ye nyina ye nipa ba ko ne ati kro ye mu mampon ye asante kro kese pa na sa akoba se nipa miensa ye bo mu midiri ni nyina sabe o mi esrebufo na edin no kra nya moy na matinde se sabe san krofo miensa no nyemu ba ko ne ebobo na emom yakobo maami bidini sabe edin no ye akamfo odrinti no mastate ye no mabasabasa ede na eko eno na adidi mu ama se omo ye campaign so omo de bokosam eye campaign se Boku aban bi ba na ho aya basabasa aban bi ba na ho adwo no mu de obo ba aban mu a da bia na Boku adwo se yetuwe Boku adwo eno na edi enya sesia ayreho se Boku ka Ghana ho na nsusu enipa ehwero mu nkwasa ye mu bi oyetia na haye papa pas adenti na basa sebe akonwa dienti ese ekunkum ye nyina sana na ukun ye nyina hwia na sebe ubedi akonwa no a ho na eba besomwo ya dia asefem papa wo Boku ye besre se wonu a omudi ya manya sam no wo mu anhwe kwa mbefa so a asomdue ebeba Boku sebe police commander ekoshi ne fie sebe wo firi suru ho so wo firi suru ho ya shi ne fie pusiga yakoshe mahama ayarga susu ne fie baby achi ekunkum soja fo ekunkum police fo yangon kote de betranse kura dem kote ada ha me se IGP uko ho a wasa akoshi obubo se koba ne se ye fa police fo a obama almost fraud kase sa semo ye de chechire mai sa sem di se eye o se ekune se ba bia kun beba bia baby akun ho bia no ba kwese nkrofo bo so ofata so omfata o se obama otia ya na no bi ho a
se okase ombeba ho abetreni wo mo na yehu se wo mo qualify a wa ma omo a special treat eno so wanka ne yi
me na nya adwene me se okasa ase me nti Ghana ha baby antoko be de onko kumawu e se wo so ejadem okwa bi ejadem bia ne onko no nko kasa sebe ye mfasa no ma na entity o mai na uko training crofo no no wafa wo baby antoko asi wo so be ne dai we nyina na ya na hye binum kutupa no mu gira so eye no ma emfata se okwohye bo ampase wo mu bua na asumdue ba ho na akofa ukotre na afa wo mu a se baby fo nzu nim se wo so ye basabasa wo so bako no akoye the same thing wo me stress sa no man emfantete wo mai yeti wo man mu hai sebe ya hemfo sam ya ni di akire ye bu ya hemfo di se baby na se ntokwa aba ho a ye be sre aba wote so omu se wo se wo de asem na ma ye wura otumfo de no otumfo so tikumase omu so ti ho de anhwe ni ya ansa na asem ni nkosie no na adishia o ma hwere o mu nkwa no na etoso
according to report ntokwa ishase nipa be 300
yes
ena ahwere wo mu nkwa
enokure
kakra ne baako adechia baako afuwe nkwa nipa beye 19 to 20 ena ewo
na sa no na ye ka ho asem se enye nipa 300 started Boku ntokwa nipa 300 na nipa 300 wuwa na se sebe ye ka hense no wia sebe nipa ben na adom be dia konwa no esoro ho ye de ka ne se ye besre asumdwem aba wote so no wonye ne hihye ntentem na Boku nsem no emfa nko na wieye na hososo nwo ma obi ahu se wo Ghana asumdwem man na obi susu anya akwanya manaya na kodo so boba besre Ghana fo ti se wo hwa ye din no se na esikukoko no da bia na Boku da bia na ntokwa aha na ntokwa ha ntokwa no menyiri se de chechire o man a ebiyi ti mesre de mekano no
meyehwe edoboko youth nano omo press conference de ensem ahodo atudwa ka bi kire amampani a wote soi mpacho Boku youth no press conference na omo ye ya omo online tintia enei omo empe amanyosem ewo aye Boku issue no pacho ewo ho no mama yenhwe no ansana ya toaso enso ewo ho right na yabedi eho enkomo Boku youth etnase etro press conference eka se enei omo mpa mayoni bi anim ahwe ewo Boku ho womo pasumdwe na it looks as if Boku ntokwa no party bi obebe bia no akohye akire na ode ya amanyosem proud to election 2024 yɛte nsɛm ahodoɔ bebree a epieyɛ ɔmo bɛbɛka sɛ aban a osisuo yi ɛhyɛ ɔmo bɔ sɛ wɔmo ɛba sɛbi obi a ɔno afa no ho asi no ho sɛ ɔyɛ ɔhene no ɔmo bɛkye no ato bɛsi ne wɔmo ɛnte hwee enti ɛno gyina so ma ɔmo kɔto aba ɛde tia the new patriotic party nti wobɛhwɛ no hɔ a ebi 000 ne nyinaa no sɛ UNPP ni o so NDC ni o ɛna nso no mpa asomdwe nti wɔmo ɛkɔɛ ɛna ɔmo kɔto aba ɛde tia the new patriotic party with the aim said the NDC ɛba bɛn mu a ɔmo betumi ahwɛ ɛma asomdwe aba but ɔmo say up to now how a ɔmo pɛ sɛ asomdwe ɛba no ntimi enya ɛmmaeɛ at the appropriate time yɛbɛbɔ ɛho nkɔmɔ na sɛ yɛbɛyi ɛno na afei mahu sɛdeɛ ɛno nso ɛkɔɔ soɔ ɛnso ɛwɔ hɔ miɛmra ɛyɛ his excellency John Dramani Mahama na mabuo mu for the last and as a first 3 months getting to 4 months yi sɛn ɛna ho mampanin
ubusame a yɛmɛka ne sɛ ɔmmɔ no ho mmɔden
koraa
adeti na mekasa yɛato aba ama wo what's 120 days ubeyi taxes ubeyi way ɛyɛ no korɛ sɛ no mani bi wɔ hɔ a wɔyi taxes no nanso so memo nyo nti na mso mo no homodren sɛ wo bu man na sɛ wayɛ nhyehyɛ no kɔyie nanso da bia yɛ sɛ tɔkɔ ha yakɔhye we dan yɛ so yakɔyi we agya we ahye we ayi kanea dum na no na ɔma na wo bu no ɛno no sɛ ɛkɔsɛ yɛtemamu ha yehu aban kɔ aban ba so foforo kora omom kɔto aba ma wɔ no na sesanka omani gye ato aba de ama because bosumi ensam bosumi na kosi nsiade sɛbe yɛbɛka sa aba na wɔ honeymoon na wɔsu de ntesa da bia na wotwi bia bɛte sa bibi kɔso wɔ mai mu a wobɛka sa negative na no na aba na yebu no sɛbe ɛkɔsɛ enkandia dundum ba bia obɛkɔ bia yɛdum kanea yɛdum kanea so a ɛmfa sɛm papa ɛma wososo ba no wabɛhyehyɛ bɔ wo ba ya yɛse meters ni normal containers ayira wo ba ya yɛse Boku ntɔkwai ɛwɔ hɔ ɛna wobɛteɛ yɛse NDC foɔ ɛmaburu na maba ayɛsei afei ɛnoma kora yɛ sɛ na me kan ha madwene kora no sɛ wasade wo asɛm asa akɔforo Chief Justice sɛ wanya petition nti petition na wanya no ugyina so na wahwehwɛ mu mfa ma Council of State for sɛbe obi a wadua adwuma abɔ ne bra beduru saa mmere na nyame pagya no na de na kɔdu Chief Justice position na sɛbe obi kora de petition abrɛwa ɛdeɛ ne sɛ woyɛ no na sɛ wofa wode petition ne kɔma akyira nsa na ɔbɔbɔ no amanneɛ sɛbe ne sɛ buo kora bia anim nti wobu saa me a menua bosomi ensan ya ko bosomi nan die omo so wa ya nhyehyeye nhyehyeni bi kɔ nanim na nso hwɛ negative no do so ne positive no na sɛ wo bu man na sa asundwe nim a ɛde na abaye
yɛnyina Chief Justice for no na yɛnhwɛ sɛ Ghana mmra ɛma no kwan sɛ enei sɛ ɛba sɛ Chief Justice ne modemmo ɛnso ani a yɛwɔ articles a ɛwɔ sɛ etimi egyina so na yɛfa kwan so ne obi na atwa petition abrɛ no ɛna wotu ho anamo ho de sɛ nkɔnya mfom so bia
ɛwɔ mu sɛ constitution ɛwɔ mu sa na deɛ me ne nya adwene na sɛ me ne aba ne nya adwene ne sɛ sɛbe chiefs for 3 arms of government no ɔmo ka ho ɔmo so yɛ autonomy na sɛ me na me da no na sɛ obi atwerɛ krata afa me ho na nya kam giri sɛ ne papa mu dia ka ne pa no frɛ me na waka kyerɛ me sɛ nkrɔfoɔ de krata abrɛw sɛ ebia wayɛ sei mɛpɛ sɛ mɛhwehwɛm na manhwehwɛ mu ɛbɛbu nkrɔfoɔ bi abam ansa kora na nka wayɛ dɛn amana ba public wei deɛ wode aba public awie ansa na maame no ɛnoa ba office sɛ petition no kuro nhunu nti fa copy bread no ɛna o man enedu so onko ye petition no famra ma mi so akoye petition ne di apa na wo ye we no wo fi so obeti wa e de no obetwena fa wo ni nyina ma amanche ye chichire ma no enkoye entira mdi kaka kire wo se ne bosom miensa bosom nan no ma na etisi sika na ha no e ma asumdwe ma babro kra ne kasa ba bi asumdwe ni enu mpuntuo eni ho to pa super mpuntuo ba o memu na anomo abana ubuo ne kɔ nanim dia ye be srem o mampanin so o masumdwe mra kroyi mu na no ma bi so wo ye no mo nya nchia no se ene na bana wo so nti no otimi ye de opɛ constitution ewom constitution na na etwere ena constitution so akyerɛkyerɛ bu sɛ ne esitie na emo ye de bi ato nkyɛn ye no ma sɛ bebe favor ye nko a ne abana ye buo no ɛso hu sɛ ade ɛbɛkye soso no ɛbɛtimi adane na dane a osuso ye bɛ odan
anyway
me no munya adwen
oni omunya adwen me ahwɛ ɛyɛ 120-day contract a ɔmampanin ɛsan me ba ma busamu nsɛm kakra na yahwɛ 120 days social contract ɔmampanin ɛne Ghana for ɛwɔ nie. 1. Nominate within the first 14 days the complete lists of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval. Eno aye ho adwuma. 2. Constitute the leanest and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic in my first 90 days in office. 60 ministers, so we move 56. I can 9. Tie also fancy or satisfy ho. Afei 3. Establish a robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials and also the aba. 4. Hold a national economic dialogue to discuss the true state of the economy and prepare a homegrown fiscal consolidation program to guide the budget and also widi ehu ejuma. Afei yenko 5. Within my first 90 days in office, scrap the following draconian taxes to alleviate hardship and ease the high cost of doing business: e-levy, COVID levy, 10% levy on betting winnings, and emission levy. And also what the Ose Ayoyo. 6. Within my first 90 days in office, review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purpose. And owaye, ana onye, yente hwasem. All right. 7. Commence drafting needed legal amendments and prepare for the implementing the 24-hour economy policy under the office of the president. And in say we penny pa ayora guzitano ena edano omuguswa omudi hujuma. 8. Establish an accelerated export development council to promote export as part of a broader strategy for economic transformation. And also wedi hujuma. Convene a national consultative conference on education to build consensus on needed improvement to the sector. And also wedihu ejuma. 10. Implement the no academic fee policy for all first-year students in public tertiary institutions, universities, colleges of education, nursing training institutions, etc. El budget no omo eka ho ensem. Right. Osi obere mbesi omo a omo konom. Afei 11. Introduce the following social intervention: free tertiary education for persons with disability, the Ghana Medical Care Trust, Mahama Care Fund. Okay, that is 11. The Toso no Mahama Care no so budget no and also a capture and so and a free tertiary education for persons with disability and also a capture. 12. Commence the distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in primary and secondary schools. Waka unyanyeye. And also budget no e capture. Afei yanko 13. Institute inquiries and or forensic audit into the following matters of public interest: the collapse of indigenous Ghanaian banks and financial institutions at a supposed cost of 25 billion Ghana cedis, illegal printing of money, the USA $58 million National Cathedral scandal, illegal and inflated single source contract COVID-19 expenditure scandal, PSD, Japa, SML, ambulance spare parts deal, 13 African Games SkyTrain, Pualugu Dam, Mat Sets, Galamsey fraud, missing excavators and tricycles, Sputnik V, boost scandal, and then others. And also, waka ho ensem, yenshe den hunu bibia sa ewo ho. Right, Mianko 14, institute a government policy banning political appointees from purchasing state assets. And also waka ho asem. Right. 15, yes, allocate seed money for the establishment of the Women's Development Bank. Waka ho asem budget, but as to say, womo atuwa na mono. 16, launch the following priority job creation programs in the first budget. A human rap program, national apprenticeship program, and 1 million coders program. And also budget no capture, but in who baby akwakusi. Now 17, commence the review of the Customs Amendment Act 2020 to scrap the law banning the importation of salvage vehicles to rescue the local automotive industry as a magazine, Kokompe, Abosokan, among others. And also, lay before Parliament a new bill to streamline government scholarships administration, prohibit political appointees from accessing government scholarship, and eliminate political patronage, cronyism, nepotism, and corruption in awarding government scholarships. And also, Yinyante Honsem Bia. Afei, 19, ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserve. Roll out Tree for Life and Blue Water Initiative to heal and substantially harness the environment by turning areas and water bodies degraded by illegal mining into economic and ecologically recovery hubs. Would do what you want, but still, Galamsey, Ekoso. 20, launch the Black Star Experience Initiative as Ghana's flagship culture, art, and tourism brand, transform Ghana into a preferred tourism destination. Okay, 21, commence investigative process to purge state security agencies of all militial and vigilante elements, and also yente ho ensem ewa afei. 23, reopen investigation into major unresolved criminal cases, including the 2020 election killings, Ayawaso West Wagon by-election violence, murder of Ahmed Hussein Swali and Silas Ulencheme. And so, Omaya, Omachini Pabako, Ewo Ahmed Swali, and who ensign 24, initiate a probe into the man-made disaster caused by the VRS spillage from the Kosomo and Pom dams that displaced and destroyed the livelihood of thousands of citizens in the Volta, Eastern, and Greater Accra, and also to Anamom. 25, initiate immediate steps to compensate the flood victims, including those in the Oti, Bono, and also to Anamom. And then 26, carry out a shake-up at all loss-making SOEs and realign them to break even and transition into profit making, and also we're to Anamom. May Musao in general and some more specifics via Mabaho. The 20 days contract here about a kind. Send a home. Who say a bon homo day was Sunday my way, and NASA still there's more to be desired.
Mekase se we nkron 2 more. Nanka mfatase to abamano. To 2 more enya dia me nwanwa. Efri se wokọ obo apro no. Ese wokasa kire nipa. Wokasa so asebe ese esi bibi so. Nti se okekasa no ma nyina. Na watu huana moa bijiri se efata.
Na o dini boshe so. Said your kind we dini boshe so.
Boshe na wo this one. Ebi ho anyansi pi. Ye de ano na ye de aka. Aditi na mekasa. 24-hour economy a ho asema wo kan. Yenim se wura gusitano ena da no. Mr. Gusitano nya kwanya ba parliament house. So me chire mu economy kwanya be fast 24-hour economy a omudi ye dede ye wura Gusitano be gina fro no. So bu sam se asam pa pate pa wa mu kan kure media house
wantimi anka asɛm bia
wo de wasɛm aba de sɛ waba sɛ wobɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu dia na nka ɛnum bi nim sɛ woba 24-hour economy yɛbɛyɛ sei yɛbɛyɛ we ya adwuma sei na de bɛba yɛyɛ we sei de bɛba adwuma sei bɛba even agriculture sɛm koraa na ka ho no manhunu no ne tiri ne nan bia ɛno da hɔ woba sɛ taxes ampa yɛyi taxes ne bia firim nanso yɛyi bi firim no ne yɛde yɛrɛ ebi ɛbɛka ho mini I want to say yes it by 3rd May electricity they call 14.75%. Insurance 4%. Now sir, what do we say no man now they say oh may you wait. Now you are not for about you koya na say buy.
So electricity ne water there PUR referencing
oh now we did say PURC for and a ho na say we are buy na say obi aka na about bo tri so a e dey na say we uyi taxes dia na ewusi enye nti na uyi a na nka mesrɛ sɛ ka no mani bi susu wɔ hɔ a wo mana ka hɔ na po hu ayi timamufo ho ayɛ dɛ ɛho atɔ no wusi wa yi levy adwumafo akatua wo de 10% na atom ɛno yɛ sɛ ewuka bɔ mu ayɛ sɛ 11%. na sɛ electricity nko a ɛyɛ 14.75%. na ukwa na waba and you normally there wakeka 120 days waka economy president no person hwe say economy no you are managing it criminally how I know bobusa economy grow not debt to GDP as about 61.something%. now over fire over so to Crofo ni se sebe abai twa mu no MPP aban ya man ho body
osemo nya hwe anto ho
ya nya hwe anto an
sika ni ho wo baye be bosome anase be bosome kakra na ka wabɔ no because mo nya hwe anto ho eno na yemfa so bo no momo
eno na so suasu ne nya adwene ne enya andwene kyina efiri se wo hwe nkrata mu so nko anso de a sebe nya ono nko a anase na banko a ene nim de independent economists for ahwe and an crop for ahwe and the na so yefira ba mu so ahwe sa wo hwe busa independent economists o maka kire se sebe yankase ebetuma ye ni nyina de na so wo ba no ye jana ajapade a wo be gina so e de ahye na bai ndu be gina na be kasa asem no a ye mu bi ho a ye no nya adwene de to so bio wo ka Palugu dam no waka ho asem matese minister for agric akɔhɔ assessment ɛyɛ noma bi ha woka ɛsɛ umu bi ahunu sɛ na meyɛ nafa nyesa akɔhɔ na no akɔhɔ ne keke so to wakeka noma ne bebre wodi bi abobo wakeka bi susu ɛfa bank ho asem women's bank minua yete o mamu ha yetimi di 51 million etimi ye bank so nti no man wakeka no ku education committee ni kogu akohwe one of the recommendations say o say o ba double track nyina o be ye free ho afede minister of education so a cabinet minister the begin so the bibi ba bontena na sombo o say just 2027 ni ebetime ye free ho nti se bi nia wo busame a ye expectation is say ya to abama no wa hye bo a wontimi nye na mo bono a wa hye no eno kwan a ofa so 100 binum de ye ne nya adwene ye ne na ban enya adwene na bigini se o manso atim e fa so ne nya adwene na busame ho aseba meka no.
Now, 24-hour economy, though Omunyan rolling out, but some institutions, Ashasia, Womu, Owusu, DVLA4, Omaka Honsem, a year passport office, Omaka Honsem, and Nay, Omodia dance say, because of 24-hour economy, no, Omatimi, I produce near me beer, na more pension, na a che and sanaba. Mwabana so
ah, mimi yanghuni, mi busami ya yanghuni, and come me okay. Mo sha sia na mo se starting and that say akoduru say ni say ni aya nafa na me metimatra na makonya press for na makase o asema me kan no meye ye pa dance here solid evidence sampa mo ru no we ha mo ye we ha I know there's no betibi da kasa enti so bu same me nko ade a me de me nya nhuni enti no so mo ayampa omo Ghana fo nyina nhunu na no mo keka ka 24 hour economy na nka be fi se ko ba no kura titiri pa na ne gira so ntia Ghana fo to aba de ma no enso nya nhuni ba ko a wo ka o Ghana fo no no ma mikro ma twuma mponu ya na wotwe bia o kada ko nipa bosumi bia ye kosie nipa obobusem no na o kada enso se waka enso so ehun emra matese na nsan o ma start say ye no but enyansi bi
se mra eba
se nyama 120 no se etwem
emra no
dabi wo mi musa se 120 no se ekotwem
se nyenu ya nti ye ma the benefit of the doubt na ye hwe
asa wo titu say 120 days no wow to say akasa bibia da bia bibi ba the one now kaza 120 days the say sham ya am kra ne galamse no minua atu atese kras no first no atumamponua ye wo forest wo ha ni afrew ye see the machines agugu forest wo ha ni afrew ye see forest agugu ama me forest manager first point of contact no was a report ye see the nipa ba behwe obi amai menya akwanya abusa minister for lands and natural resources also nya akwanya ma parliament me yi ano because your forest ni nyina e watch mamponia yes say no 120 days na okan no dey na betuma ya fa ho entibi ne obusa me a ya na ya manyosem no ye ya e ke cancer no bebre na de meme kan se si anhwe ne ya ye ne ya manyosem no beduru mre bi no temamufo ye ka bibia kora omuntie
me ahwe galamse
no na high sisi
galamse ho ensem ni ahwe omampani dada His Excellency Nana Dankwa Kufuado edi na memmu etu so wentimi anko omampani a wosisui edi ye campaign se wo ba obetimi eyi edi efri ho boso miensa ni eye west galamse no yemfanya amanyosem ana
so busamia ubusamia mimi firi ba bia galamse no ekonanim atwumamponua ubusamia metima kase sa galamse enya dia ye betima tu ase o Ghana hawo
yentimi ntu ase
minyiri sa
yentimi ntu ase
minyiri
nti yentena mu se ya nanse ye
eno ahona meba minyiri se ye betim because so many microphone bi di nkomo okọ bade a say na etu ama no okọ no nya ketua bi a say na onya ena sebi kra no se nya forest kra na edidi mu a na sa land kra na microphone tom kokofo ni ade a wetu so betima tu ase anado
hwe yensuo we yensuo a ewo Ghana Water Company omo treat amani pa be yuso de galamse aye ne binu nti yentena ho se ya
emin kase yentena ho se ya na mom galamse ne yentimi mfanye amanyosem ka baba kono yen MPP aban a yewura Kufuado ni ti toso sa yenuanom aka ade etikan ho ene nyina tu anamon no a kam giri se ka etimi pem no koduru baabi na so baabi a galamse o musa ko kachiro se why be che okrampo mu ba nyakutupa na ahye wo mu so baba ye koye be che amianhwe disa no me de ya amanyosem a so ye betima tu ase obusame a dise krom mpanimfo ahemfo adi krofo aban ene Ghana fo nyina akotrase na ye nhyehyeye uko babia galamse wo wiase nyina no enya dia obetima tu ase kura ye social issue a disika brand paboto na dia disika brand paboto mu head na waka oda koya amanyosem tie nyina anka etra mum ni anhyehye amo bia nya vigilante dia galamsey ni dia enya de yebetuma tu ase na de wo mu kura no so forest no mpo a ye fancy land ni ensuo forest so ensuo na forest sa kura mpo kura na sebe ene de obetuma kremu eduru ma bia obetuma kremu land no forest a mu tuyi ye nua ho nyina ye tu agu yesu enim se forest isusu de normal bebre ba to say climate change issues to say ebeye west the time ben and o man ye betuma sa ahyehyɛ ne yetima sa adua nua foforo
oba nkawe ebedua nua odi ehye se ene wo se edua nua wate eku a yetre ne amanfo mbeko nsuo so a omo behwe na nsuo na aye dobe yesen stability ne akosora no ye behwe ma ni nyina no hu se ebeya na mo betimi aboa
so na ka say 120 days anamboa say 120 days in ebitwam wa wudi kan kasa o ka say die aginsemo enti ka me jimi obi anim se nye na sa wo beka ho asem kura no a emfa date into day ta mo nye day ento so ba kwa no ba ene ye ba ko de to so bio ye hia obia input na timi de aboa amade na aba fom na wonkwa utimi gira ho no aban se metu ase me so kodua nua na wudua no eno ane ese tutu agu no aye den ne aye wo batch mampo na ye forest akese nyinara machines ye de ko ho no enya agro
me kasese adobe wura forest eso omugu honom se omugu
awunim ho ampa adobe wura me pese me bodini na wa bodini dia no kure so manya report a chese eno ma ekoso no sabe aginsemu
adana eya na moye sa politicians me kasa mu because money ato aba ma mo se momra medio mine so adana ya moye sa na ase mo faye se enye din e beto aba ma mo nti de mo beka che no monye na mom ashamanfo achi na especially galamsey ye tete MPP time ye te se ekoya kodu Flagstaff House we ya tete se aban crofo wo mu a omudi ni dikedi adana ya moye sa
binia asababu say die
ayamaro
asam ayro ho
ayamaro ho
ayro ho there's size the cow na ayro ho a aye ne se sebi onyankopon boye nyina wode adwene tuye nyina yetirim ema ya hodene wasam bam binum susu enimdie nyansa nimdie ewo ho na so bi ba no beda obeka kire wo se galamsey me de 120 days betu ase no bi no ya president crowd na konya krato so anye ye na se wudi akire na koto abama no enya ayre ho so ayro ho papa era esa stre sebe asem bi obi ka kire unia na sebe so peso kire se okura adwene yede ebi ni utiri enti de make no sa manyo sema ye no Ghana ha no mesre se MPPO NDCO party bia o meyem Fatima amufo no adwene eni agro na ye se bedrum rebi no who ye politician clock kasa timamini bi ho a obi anya ade wedai obefi wo efri se ye ba asema ye ka no nko ene normal na ye no so enko na typical one ne galamsey na menua se galamsey sem to so yamfe na nsi fom na se ye nyina amoa omu se me ka se ebe ntimi na so ese ye ye hu bibi no so ye nyina nkan ho ambo na MP fufo ye maka NDC fo aba omuso ye ahemfofo ho timamufo ho no bia se ho ne yedidi awre ho se koko kura no to see cotton ne koko no akode akodi galamsey sika ensuo nwasema wo kan ya nhweni ya beduru mrebi no o memu ha ensuo kura ebenom kura no eho be hedin ti mesre akonya ensu se aba otisoi wonye stakeholders consultation meeting ne nyina kan trimum ne nhihye ho mbra ne yɛhunu sɛ sɛ ntumi ntu aseɛ kora mpo a yɛmfa mmra fam na anyɛ saa deɛ a yɛda akye ɛnwo asɛm no atoto pedodo deɛ mɛka no no
Yo, Messiah Bahna Yahre other areas. Yababahre still on governance, na Yahre and they omo and the MPP4 Kwanya. Me fan say some individuals are buying and national security so any the security apparatus so one more idea more fast. The latest has been that of Reverend John Intim Fojo. You have been but I mean kind message kakra na membra na yen twaso elha. Say Isaac Takwasa proud to the election. Mahama incited the people of Boku against NPP. He said NPP people are the brain behind the conflict and promised to end it abruptly when they won the elections. Owing to that, NPP was banned by the chiefs from campaigning in the area. Here we are today. And also, good evening, Keodi. I'm Solomon Jagri from Kunsu in the Hafwano Southwest. The difference between MPP and NDC is clear, and the good people of Ghana can testify. One, MPP is very good in creating names of flash ships programs to loot and share, but NDC creates for all. Two, MPP is very good in lying, but NDC always sticks to the truth. Three, MPP is a lawless party, but NDC is a law-abiding party. Lastly, MPP always put their party interests first, which have sent them to opposition now. But NDC always put Ghana first. That's why people used to say father for all government. Okay. Also, and on say, good evening. Say, I'm a don't know Nana Bwaje listening from Asante Achim Shidiem. But I want to ask Mr. John Mahama or the president, is he happy for sacking innocent Ghanaians from their working places? He should stop pretending to be holy if he speaks. Thanks. And also, I say, good evening. Watching live from Asante Achim, but I see those leading this country are not serious and some are jokes. I don't know the type of cabinet ministers we are having or we have. God help us because we don't have mature politicians. Hey. Samum, okay. Also, Odia. So we need good leaders in Ghana here, especially ministers. So many, all these are making more, are bringing in a lot of corruption. Thank you. My name is God Sensible. Okay, God Sensible. Yada was say Masawudu Kumasi Bantama and so Edibi Abrel say the escalating crisis in Boku requires urgent attention and the need for a comprehensive and inclusive approach to resolve it. We call upon the youth of Boku to exercise maximum restraint and refrain from actions that could further inflame tensions. Let us work collectively to ensure that Boku and indeed Ghana as a whole remains a place of harmony and progress for all citizens. Okay? Also, Ode Abre no teacher Kujo Tepa and Susu say if the youth of Boko have been promised recruitment into the police service so they can stop the violence in that area, then the IGP is, in other words, telling the youth in other areas to be violent if they want jobs in the police service. This is very bad. The IGP is simply telling Ghanaians that to get what one wants, one has to be violent. And this is happening in the Asante Mampong and other places over the MCE nominations. The IGP has goofed. Happy birthday to myself. Okay, happy birthday in Komau. Teacher Kujo Awotepa Anyina Susu. Sandra Osewo Tepa Anyina Susu. I say a special happy birthday to Teacher Kujo of Tepa Anyina Susu. May this day be as sunny as your smile and as handsome as you are. You shine every day, but you will shine the brightest today. Okay, or we wish you happy birthday. I say, how can they stop the galamsey whilst they are allowing the importation of the champagnes and other equipment used to destroy our lands and river bodies? Greetings to Atapenin and Kakra of Dunkwa. Kofi Ashia from Ononkwa New Odubiasi and Oduwi Abaye. We say, Mr. Host, do you remember? Mamen Kaini Yunai. Or say, Mamen Shasi and free her. Na yentroso. We say, good evening. I listen to the IGP. Hey, IGP. That means any group of people that fight are going to be employed. God come and save Ghana from John Mahama and his IGP from a Duke NUST campus. Mr. Keodi, you are you are safe in Ghana because look at what is going on. People are killing every day. John Mahama, during election time, you told Ghanaians that Akufo-Addo's government cannot protect them. Now you are in government. Please, Sofia Kufu, former Chief Justice, come out. Dr. Mwakoba, come. Professor Jampu and Sam George Okujeto Ablakwa, where are you all propagandists? You made the propaganda you made against the MPP government. Now Ayaraga is God who is punishing you and NDC. No, Ayaraga is God who is punishing you and NDC. Sewa Osunyane Ena Oduwe Abreyen. Prince Won Cross also, please, international community, come and assist us because we are not protected in the hands of the NDC government. John Mahama, let me remind you, you are the one who told your supporters you use guns and cutlasses. John Mahama, those are the ammunitions your NDC people are using to kill us in Ghana. Mr. Hope, do you remember Kweku Boahin on Galamsey? He said to Ghanaians, including chiefs, pastors, imams, that John Mahama, Dr. Amakohini Nana Kwesi, has given him money to buy things for Galamsey boys. Nobody can come out and condemn him. Now look at the results from KK, Ewa Accra, and Oduwe Abreyen and Enyumri and so. From Ampontria, New Abrim, ECG National Shoe. Okay, let me read this one. He said, Mr. Host, in the book of Isaiah chapter 58 verse 14 to 15, justice is turned back and righteousness stands far away, for truth has stumbled in the public squares and righteousness cannot enter. Truth is lacking, and he who departs from evil makes himself a prey. From Odenho Abebu, New Abrim, Ampontria, New Abrim, UCG National should come and make special auditing because the MO, Mr. Ahoto, has links with Galamsey and supply them with meters, legal supplying them with power, taking money into his pocket. When you apply for meter, the company will take 3,000 Ghana cedis before. Please sack him or transfer him. Anyway, and also we say good evening. Building the Ghana we all want as at now. Petrol was increased 9 times, electricity tariff 14%, just 90 days in office. Now imagine the type of flight landing on our airport as alleged. One for Udin and for Amma. 2 p.m. Ewa Asante Mampong. As all Ghanaians, let us unite to reset Mother Ghana. Thanks His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for choosing Honorable King Zuba as Kumasi KMA Mayor. 2 p.m. Asante Mampong. And Oduwe Abreyen. Said Ewasafo Ahafo Achirenswa. Essay, according to the Boku District Police set rep to headquarters, Kusasi bandits set ablaze the police commander's residence. They burnt a police vehicle and also attacked police stations in Pusiga and other places. The IGP traveled to their chief's palace to beg forgiveness and promise them special recruitment to the police service if they commit to lay down their weapons. Nothing is reported about the chiefs also seeking forgiveness from all the hooliganisms their youth have perpetrated against the service. Then the youth decide to say farewell to the IGP after he comes to beg for their forgiveness by hooting at him and his team. When the NDC was doing serious politics with the Boku conflict, they never saw this coming. Bad for the area, bad for national security. All right, we see, please, Galamsey is going on in Enchi, Yakesi forest, between Yakesi, Apuja, Dibi, Côte d'Ivoire. That forest is full of Burkinabes, thousands of Burkinabes digging Galamsey in the forest and selling them in Côte d'Ivoire. Baby ayakwa kudru enu so muso betime do message e dia ba 0551599933 yen sabe kana fe yakenkan e de amount obani me move on na fe yen hwe other issues eno so ho ma e wo se ka ho nsem the last bit in the member constituency but me yenko ene omampani e launche the a friend saying Feed Ghana initiative. Na ode enema hodo ena ode atudwa. Mepese mebobo so na afe yedi enkomo. Eddie Afahum. I say Mahama outlines key interventions under Feed Ghana to transform agriculture. The Eddie kind essay promotion of smart agriculture. Now, Osama Mahama stated that the government will establish farmer service centers across the country. These centers will provide mechanization services, quality input, financing, market access, primary processing, and training for farmers. That is their edikan. And additionally, the program will create farm banks or land banks and designated irrigable zones to support youth agricultural entrepreneurs and boost national food production. That is the first one. Inti the edikan out there to say promote smart agriculture. The also emienu essay grains and legumes development projects. The second intervention focused on scaling up the production of maize, rice, soya beans, sorghum. These crops will be cultivated for local consumption, agro-processing, and export. Special emphasis will be placed on sorghum due to its potential as a raw material for the brewing industry. The project also supports the feed industry, which is essential for poultry and livestock production. Now, just say the Tosso Enonom. The Tosso Miensa, a vegetable development project, Yiridia. Okay, and Oman Churuni, to reduce vegetable import from neighboring countries. The program will promote controlled environment farming using greenhouse technology as well as urban and peri-urban agriculture. He encouraged schools and households to establish vegetable gardens to grow tomatoes, onions, garden eggs, okra, and pepper. He recalled the success of past initiatives such as Operation Feed Yourself, highlighting how backyard gardens once played a key role in household food security. We encourage communities and the Tosso 9 year or say institutional farming, or say the final component aim to engage schools, especially senior high schools, with available lands in crop and livestock farming. The goal is to improve the quality of meals served to students and reduce food costs. Inti we aye enyema wakodan dino. Feed Ghana initiative. It is modeled to say planting for foods and jobs. Now Ghana ye din twodie. Ya dear papa ni planting for food and jobs. Feed Ghana initiative. You may know na ko industry. Ya ko put ska enwrem. You were the right my friend saying atmosphere. You were the right friend saying cultural way wo ho no ma betimi dia yemfo no. Emma enei and so this one a tie on mampanias and as is na so no. You betimi aye.
Minia. Asemu busamia. Ya na me ra ho bebre aditi na me kasa aban abako aban aba da bia ye dia no and agriculture esuso agriculture na e ka no menyiri se yetimi di sika shem e ma de sese yensaka aditi na me kasa Operation Feed Yourself philosophy no that philosophy no and about planting for food and jobs bibians sa so wo hwe the normal work kan nyina makoma na so safa planting for food and jobs me sense akrabia the difference the woman say and this for manifesto o my did say agriculture for economic transformation agenda bin beba ma adwuma aba next so budget ye sika ye de ko sha agriculture
it's all
1.5 billion 77 hwe sika ko o man penina so ye wo kasa wo se wo so wo fa lean government no kra nya minister system no 2.7 billion na nakufuado abans ebresu kra na mo ni nyina nim ministers dosu and a Jubilee House repair a dosu na 328 million. The difference e wo natural agriculture no a wudi ye dede no sika e de maaye se wo hwe ewiase ba bi agriculture atumpon bia no wo mu de sika e de e hyem ni ahwe se sa sika ne de ahye mu no e betimi de emfasode abre oman no yes I dey ya kan 2014 in chire wachire Africa hanyina mampanimfo nyina koshia oh Malabo koshia Malabo ade titiro mu kan ne se ka Africa obia mampani bia fa 10% of the budget and share agriculture so uye nhwehwemu ko deep a krobia mpo kromu di be 8% to 10% share mu no o agriculture no according na we die mam kwa na mem kirao percentage of national budget ye di share mu se wo hwe o manya ye wo asoe miensa ena ka duane ho asem nam no asem ene adwade ho asem the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Percentage budget 2020 0.1. I'm going to say 1%
of the total budget.
0.1. No, just a 0.98, which is
1% into agriculture.
Uber Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture as well. Almost the end 0.091. That is 0.1. Uber Ministry of Trade. Agribusiness industries as well. Almost the end 0.3. What can you mean say you know
and do 2%.
2.8. 5 that's a 2.9.
And do 3%.
And do 3%.
And do 3%.
And do 3%.
Omanya ye was say to say.
Bia nyakeka we nyina. And we first is kasema yemfa nkohim. Dia to so bio Ghana ha. Bibia no me bebre dua nyina aba no kra edi dua no. This is a crack. What can you do? Project for vegetable, for tomato, and a cran mama, and a cran mama. Munya Kwa Mumusana say, a banwa, you did Diano, if you infa. A banwa, you did Dia, friends, a journey, no, a do I. Ghana, ye need breeder, Baku crow breedy, say, journey, Namia Wajuma. Ama yanya jene ewo Ghana ha na yetimi de adua bibia ye kra enti se me wo ka we ya ye ne ni agriculture mu de ya na ye sere so your budget 93% 3% anko na utimi de 2.7 billion kwashe omampani aso ye utimi de 4.7 billion kwashe gold board as a gold one enti usa ho se ye ni abre the okay can minia enye ade a eye nude land banks yet project wa woni project ma commercial Ghana commercial agriculture project ade ba ko na so me say land banks ekosi sai fertilizer someone working planting for food and jobs government no cry Nana Akufo-Addo ban name a 50% subsidy ekonanim wo hwe sika and now agriculture growth at that period no ekonanim papa if we say and this pencil no agriculture growth no form the Nana Akufo-Addo MIA say yenya pilot ni yenhwe so wo discuss kese agriculture mu a ensunsanso beba 2017 2018 2019 2020 at least yehu say ayanya bie kura na bro de na atwete se oban mu a emo ye koya kodru almost 56% self sufficiency na eco tail end no na sika no a edi hyemu na afi model abode bae no na nya ade a ebetiba push agriculture na ma agriculture na san ba form
sene san ko besi cost like for besi echi
nti the same thing ena aban so so ye
eya de corona ti e be sa kwa besi ko besi
because so the 1.5 not just 3% asoya mi ensesika okabomu a ni nyina nya ba kumpo asoya mi ensa a mo hwe kwaye ne ho ntutuye wo mamu a wo sika kure 3% ye kwaya na ye bai
ti wodi enka obe kan senka aban den nko be fa so ne ni abrese obese o ma agric no ko ni ma
enkrofo aye aman bi aye amiye huhu fa so aman a omdo mu sika achem akodru 8% 10% of the national budget no agriculture no atumpon ya yenhyehyeye ama ohun se ade na ekonanim ya chichiri man no na afi ne yakọ chichiri yakọhwe bibia foforo ba bi bebre o ma ya mana yie a obitu afa sa model no na de aye na model na wafa no sika ben na odi him nti minim se wotia se say you April kan hihye mu no ka by 16th April Mansra fans region 16 emu 11 by April 16th na unu abro a why late
the 60 regions emu do back there
11 regions in
by
Ghana
16th of April
na unu abro
and na 12
and na 12 kwana won kaka hwe se abro no wan afi na ye be grow out program na hun so answer be de bebre we call 5 regions in the northern part of the country and also they starting May eko this is say near why me come kroma me feel come say truck driver kuti me ne western region for na bosh here oba biani me hu aburo ba kokora wo kwan na eko ya anaye bai ndi de lunch ne de be ye se Ghana for de wa woni tua se na udi kai dina kase ene ye bobo na yenu bisa na ana ya yero sadenti na yeko petumi a ye kansem bebre na mo base ese ye prioritize normal e de ahoto beba o manim so a na ye nwwan eno ho asem na say ye kan te be jiri se wa lunch de na menu mi eni anhwe sunsuanso e de beba me nyiri se de sunsuanso papa bia beba
nti ye se ene hwe Burkina nom womudua tomatoes all year round. It's almost tomato factories makumienu ene wo ho. Na Ghana pa woto tomatoes omomudua aduane awie no atwegu na aso aba. Na yentime yentime fa hye papa enho no ma. Ohu se ade ya aban de ato we emmoa. Emfa so papa bi amre.
Me ka kire wonne. Se trial and error.
Trial and error.
Trial and yeah. Yakuya animu a ne abafom yakuya animu a ne abafom adekroti amekasa tra na error no say sa 1.5 billion na amekasa enu bi nsi de tua wakasika o emu 200 almost 230 million edi tua omo ye adwuma ene ade nyina esika na kasa yesi we also kan so do be service centers service centers no e ka afi so do be enome bebe irrigation sasika e ka enti utiti sa no ma efiri mu a de ankasa e wa hifa de ye mu ankete o mu aka nkete nkukọ nkete no sika sa na bego wo sika kakra bi na bego wo sika kakra bi so agriculture e venture bi o ha so am fa sika nhemu a enso anso e ba no esua efiri say e friend value chain no aduaba de bedua enoma udi beguso wo wie kura no harvesting hu fidi a odi beye uvia silos beye hu no ma bebrase na marketing ne normal even transport to cross otufu obu cross e affect aduane all these things no and they say yehwe no hu say integrated approach na integrated 3 ministries budget 3% of national budget.
You have the opportunity to say Hussein Kamoye, but you failed.
Yeah, fairly.
Planting for food and jobs. Yeah, fairly.
First phase of planting for food in 2017 to 2020. Okay? And no first phase. Go memoir. Obia no te bia na me count. Na me count. I was then the director of crop services. Team no ne lead na me count. So wo hwe ba bia na e free ba. Ne ba bi ekoduru ene dia ya mfeli. Okay.
Hefa na ne free ba ena hefa na ekoduru ya. Ghana for person mu hunu because and ye say planning for food and jobs no. First part no there enduane buy all right. Gold. Second part
good.
Exercise.
I don't know me be chiro mu. So me be ma agriculture growth rate first. Na me ya material de kronte ensesan eso buy. Growth in agriculture sector. Okay? 2016, 2.7. 2017, this shas growth 6.2. 2018, 6.2 no eba 4.9 na se kura eso sene 2016 dia so wo hwa kukosi 2023 5.9 na dia 2024 a wo ka no o su sam model no first model no dia na ye ne se ye wo aban esoso 6 ne fertilizers free crop for ne ne di akire ne di ama through agriculture system ne di ama farmers under subsidy na farmers no edua na wo mom the supply call here no dom invoices ba ne etua muka sa system no was very effective na so no man kitinkiti bi wo say smuggling ni no ma bi a na emfa ho toma ba bia fertilizer no hu hia pa no so ba Ghana ha 56% of fertilizer use no 5 regions in the north also so pass on na smuggling no ekoso na face so no na se ke introduce yi systems bi e de be capture data ne adade eno na na failure now 2024 omo ye warehouse receipt system no se betuma ye adwuma na obabia sebe ye wo private sector entities bi omo adwene se omdo musika wa koto normal supply amakuafo na akuafo duewia na nkoma kɔgyeje normal no na nka ya beton sa system no ye Ghana ha enyeyi efiri se wo du sika ekohwemu no woda no kura feri a wo sika na ahye ɛna sɛbesɛbe ye kuafo no bi susu ho a omuni ehuni wodi normal no kura aba no ama no otibdi jakura kotum se normal na eden ahye enti sa nkran no a ɛsɛ ye boa omumu tinkum sika hyemu no omufa sa model no na se kante ko ba ne sa unya normal no fa nkoma akuafo ontie na me kyerɛ sɛ de wo mu kan ɛne de ya ye ne dada no difference bi ya anim na expect say resetting agenda na wo ka no ya mpapa dia na mo aso alebu say agriculture for economic transformation agenda part say de mo ka no ene nim dia wo ho no ye ka dia ene we ye scratch your back kake de timu an ye beti adwuma na ye pese agriculture boa ne nya no ye nsanka importation of food where can want to reduce inflation in Sanka. Planting for food adwuma asma working. Ade ba kwa COVID time no to petrol mu ne ade no. Na kofa inflation kase bai. If you say aduane ne wo hinterlands a wo fam firi ho embra no na ebo no akosoro. So kai say the dem minister kra introduce ma ne de aduane ba no mo aton wo ho. The concept no say aduane na afo wo ba bia ye dua no na emu ye de beba kuro kese mu no na ebo no ekosoro na kofa high inflation ba eno status wo ye pilot am obi ahunu say enya aduane na eni ho ena enya aduane na ne board ne na kwan ye fa so a aduane ne beduru kese mu no ena ma aduane boy de ekosoro.
So that means say your priorities, right? Because you have to throw your name here. To that is my worry as a Ghanaian. Say any more a day on my national sano. Minim say for political expediency, say saying to you, it looks as if say we always put the cat before the horse. And there wasn't ye and be more as NPP for more at Troniema and a more share more ya pine a cocoa baby a yen yanene bana, we must bet twice and KB and Humbahari. Yefas born momo.
Wouldn't even find more MPP a buy. If it's any MPP a bank one a digan as well be drew senka. MPP a bind a digan as well be drew say dear. Cow come no by actually. A buying and she say no. Yes, she said no be there. Albert Twasso. The awoken rose once anyone no man. Okay, said, and because of that, into cocoa rose chrome the sky united, echo shape. And so I be an echo say. A buying, no touch or hawk that time crying in your oil. Let's a car bow, man, agriculture growth for the echo say. Let's see, I should say no may. na sɛ wo nso ntimi mfa mfie nwɔtwe enti mɛyɛ bibia nti wo ba de wobɛtimi afa ade ayɛ ama ɔma no ɛho atɔn kakra no wayɛ na media having ne sɛ omo manifesto no wo kankenkan a 24-hour economy agriculture ka ho bibia obɛka bi agriculture ka ho na sɛ agriculture ka ho dia yenum bi susu ne sɛ na sɛ edi sika hyɛ fi so bia enum sɛ wa fa sika nhyɛ agriculture mu a anya de abenya ho sunsuan na sɛ wo de asoa miensa sika kura no 3% of the national budget na ekwa na aye bai media to woka o man no de ese ne chichire no ekwo no yemfa sika nkɔhyɛ hɔ wo de 2.7 billion akɔhyɛ government machinery nipa sɛ wo da wara wo kan so what aba nipa so nipa senko an e de 2.7 billion enso nsa agriculture dem nipa sɛ na agriculture be free do mu Ghana na hwe nipa dodo eso so ɛwɔ office of government machinery until we sami a priority na end the day
anyway. Right, Enti, let's see what comes out of friends saying Feed Ghana initiative. And they man penny akwa launch omo ade ayeki enye mo mbejira so ade ayena baba yeba. Bebe call Reverend Tim for Joho kakra. Na afi yaba on pesue so. Mamen kai message the last batch of the messages no na afi yentwa so ewa ha. Good evening Kyodi. Mahama and the NDC have only been in power for 3 months, but they are ruining Nana Akufo-Addo's good works. The IGP must be forced to resign before things spiral out of control. If precautions are not taken, he would take Satan to heaven, effectively ending Christianity. Say Masha, right from Santase, hey, Asumni, right, and that's it. Say Masha, good evening, sir. Okay, I see, I think the NDC idea on farming is highly commendable, but my worry is, why didn't they maintain the planning for food and jobs and further it? Rather, they have decided to create their own thing, just as they created their own Ayalolo outside Metro Mass Transit. What kind of country is this? Dr. Akwete Agomenya Ena Odoi and so Aba Barowski was siwa at say MPP Media Patriot per IGP's statement at Boku crisis. I'm also starting my own war in my Misro. In my constituency so that the youth will get police recruit to Misro. Me and IGP DN me you quite me pa cho. All right. I'll say Barowski was I'll say MPP Media Patriot. No amount of intimidation can deter or scar Reverend Tim Fojo and the mighty minority. National security have been reduced to nothing. Okay, regard to Owusu Dankwa, Shayesu constituency chairman, hopeful. Okay, yeah, that's it. Ode Abrain. Say good evening, Kyodi. If the figures honorable is quoting, if the figures honorable is putting across is anything to go by, then by regarding food production, why then we have food inflation? Why then was food inflation so high under the Nadu Dankwa Akufo-Addo regime? From say yes, Boku Obabechim, Honorable Bechim, our Hanum say, Yentwaso Nafe, Oyen no area Nafe, Yako, a referent team for Joe, and so at the end of Sukakran. Excellent job, Mr. Host. Tell the family of NDC and John Dramani Mahama this initiative about culture is campaign after election doesn't help this country because we have planting for food and jobs from Kojo Smiler, Kentampo, and Odiwe Abrain, and Enyumre. DJ Opai Demo Kumase Swami say when we Ghanaians know what will happen tomorrow and the behavior of NDC, we will not for NDC MPP Papa. Greetings, Dr. Baumia. Okay, and also Edia Wade Abayano. Good evening, Kessben TV. The MPP man is talking out of embarrassment. The MPP government was a wakeful party. They could not offer anything better for Ghana. If they left something better, Ghana would have been better. One for the about the message, at the Abraying. Good evening, KOD said from Mankasim in Kusukum, Amansi. The traditional council are on the cause of chieftaincy problem because of Afrane Kessi aka Ko Dien Ko Sibo Seche Kumawu, IGP should resign and vacate the office for competent officers to fill the post. If he happens to be the chief of defense staff in Nigeria, he will have made all Boko Haram military person out of fear. Other people from different regions are lacing their boots. Miss Remo, Mama 5GP in some home, me fan Kwanye, the somebody, Miss Remo. Brobe Ewo New Abrim, so Kessben, you are doing the best. Please, the Galamsey is going on rampantly, day in and day out at New Abrim. Address High Quiet, and then in Tronang, including some of opinion leaders as well as a police commander. Some of his men should be transferred immediately. All right. Now, just an honorable. Afe Miemra aye mo party no eso na yenhwe. The quite recent one, Reverend Intim Fojo, cocaine hun sensem ne yedi friend is saying the national security for Twaman for na yedibi and ne the latest Orantim yanka cocaine hun sensem no kakra. Nyanhwe intimidation no wi a ni aba mpeso anaso. Mamti honorable.
Answer na meba ho no. Enipa na mienu ka asem a medi kan no. Asem a IGP ko kan ne de. Me gidi se amampanimfo mone ne kabina. Anya sada bia ye pese ye fa police fo bia no. Nkrofo be ko. Se dem di kan no. Se entwa yi papa. Te woto so ye ntretre no. The atos will be busa Edentina food inflation a cost. Mumian Kasa 2017, 2018, 2019 a COVID buy. COVID buy a cast COVID. I'm a boy, I'm a economy no, I'm con anymore. Yana binum a jim watching. Fertilizer near a tonne, a be 200 Ghana cedis, 300 Ghana cedis per bag. No. COVID mreno eko 400 500 per bag enti kwani no a ono no edua ne normal no oboka na koto fertilizer ne dia dua enti wonso so no sebe open fa so kakra enti price ne yeden ebe kosoro COVID time so you say hunu say transportation eso ekosoro sebe yedua normal no ewo yenkrase no na ekofa na de ba krokesiem so na ye sampling of say economic indicators no the definitely food inflation e dey ebekoso na mu dia na akoma ye ahohoho an say that time no na aduane wo ho na de bo na na ewosoro mum ye nhwe ne mienu say ebeduru me bi no na aduane ne ho kra na bi ni ho eno wo ho we dey that time no na aduane wo ho na de bo na na kosoro maka wo ya wie no menua Reverend Intim Fojo asama abe yenum bi ya dwene ho a yentiase aditi na mekasa Reverend Intim Fojo so ba parliament ye committees committee a ono da so no e defense and interior enna wo ye nhihye no committee bia so chairman vice chairman wo mo aben wo mo position no any abem so your ranking members real ranking member and a deputy or no na ye ranking member a wo hwe sa o da committee na no ena information aba first the buyer say money laundering bi akoso mano ukọ aje kotoku ho ba bi ena nuko pie eno buy yanka ho hwe the atosu bio yesi kepko su kwanso ko kan bi esoso yakoche no enso yanka ho hwe yankoti so a plane mienu abagana na de meme kase yente ase ne se plane ba bi e free ba no obi anim se eho enubone hu dwa no omudi
na hon ti plane tum free home plane free home akọ ba bi fufu ana
tie bi na tie plane ba e no so ewo ɛfa ayarefo die nim sɛ play ɛfa ayarefo deɛ ka ɛba Ghana ada sɛ obi yɛ mu a ɔmo yɛ transit wɔ ha we die yɛ hunu yare ni bia wo ɛna ama fa yare ni bia nso amfiri ha amfa nanko
esi asɛe ɔbɛrefo ɔbɛrefo
ya sa kɔfa foforɔ asamba na play ni nyina etu yɛ de so baabi a yɛ track koduru yɛ no nya hɔ na ne firi ba wɔyɛ ranking we nyina ɔkeka no ma miɛnsa na maka wo ɛna wɔka sɛ mommoa ne yɛnhwehwɛm yɛhu ɛnɔma a play no ɛbɛduru yɛ ɛbaa the president kan a wɔde ɔka ne yie president sɛ wo saa na teɛ deɛ a ɛneɛ mo a mohwɛ securities for no ɔbobɔbɔ mu nyina adiri mo ne reverend mfɔdwo and collaborate na nyɛ investigation menua kanya nana no afei de ɔno yi nsɛm ano ma president no baaya no abetu mfuturo gu nipa ni sɛ nya no kura deɛ play numbers ni so ɔkeka kan nyina no ne play mfu ni baaya nyina kyerɛ sɛ na kyerɛ sɛ ɛhɔ no obi bɛhunu sɛ bibi kɔ so ɛhɔ no na yɛ mu bi ne nti fɔdwo yɛ adwene no sɛ ka president kae no ɛna yɛ set sa committee no ɛna yɛ friend team fɔdwo ɛna de ɔno ate a wɔno nim no ɛde kɔto dwa ɛna nka yɛwura fosu kɔ akyea ma keka ntutu mfuturo ngu nipa ani a kam gye sɛ asɛm no ka ɛkɔ kama na woba na wobɛtena hɔ sɛbesɛbe nya nko na wonim nwoma o technology aba wiase mete ha na mpɛ sɛ menya information play tu yɛ baabi akɔ nyina mete metemanya na sɛ wobɛka biribi play number no nyɛ baabi a ɛkɔ so ɛtoro mu a na sɛ de ntim fɔdwo ɛka no biribi kakra wɔ mtie nhwehwɛm wokaka wi ananka ɛka asɛm no wanka sɛ wɔno de ɔwɔ fax o wɔsi yɛ nhwehwɛm information wɔde ba afei deɛ ɛhunahuna ɛma bi kora didi na atɛm sɛ ɔyɛ sɔfomɔko ne nɔmanɔma saa ne ɛde hyekyerɛ ɔman yɛ timu no so obi asɛm bi kɔ so na ɔnyɛ obi hunu kɛkɛ ɛyɛ obi a security nsɛm a wɔ Ghana ha no wɔka ho na sɛ ɔno sɛ na ɛkɔ tie nhwehwɛ mu a sɛ nkɔ nka abɔne
information offer my
information sɛ kwan a ɔmo nam soɔ no a ɔmo de taataa no sɛ wɔ information kora sɛbe wo de bɛkɔ yɛafrɛ in a nice way sɛ bra police station bra narcotic control board bra narcotic commission ne no na wankɔ a we de wɔte hɔ a mo didi na tam mo hunahuna no saa ne ɛde kyerɛ man de sɛ wobu saa ya saa intimidation na ɛkɔ soɔ no yɛpɛ sɛ yɛka ɛkuoketo a wɔ parliament yɛpɛ sɛ yɛka sɛ obi antimi hunahuna wɔ biara ɛfiri sɛ ɔnyɛ abɔne biara sɛ wo mi ne wodi nkɔmmɔ sɛ Kumase ka tu firi Kumase da biara no a ɛde kokain ba ɛbɛ makura ase na ka tu afiri Kumase na abɛduru makura ase na mi busa ɛka yɛ baabi afiri bɛda biara de kokain ba na sɛ ɔkɔka bɔne na ne sɛ yɛhwehwɛ mu yɛama kwan ama process na nkɔ n'anim a meya hwehwɛ mu yɛbɛyɛ saa de ahunahuna saa na asɛm na yɛde ɛso akata yɛwura president no ɔkɔ office cadet ensem eba okobu ye no
moti ase
eba okobu ye de ebu fi se ofi se asema yewura akofa aba no enye asem papa omu anu ayede ebeko woka se ya obia nim de woka ndi koba na se ya hwehwem anase ya hwehwem ne koda o man na wo se no anase o man no na wo pese peja ma bia so so ayedi enubonu hu dwa no ukọ international world a ukura obi anu obaje wo mia me nkasa mitu kwan Bangkok because see Bangkok or Thailand obi asu nim say Bangkok so say nro no yedi hu dwa papa ho na me transit e wo Frankfurt omo hwe me passport me details na me free Bangkok no na me yet akọ be free Frankfurt me call Hamburg minua a delay me almost 24 hours yes just me free Bangkok wo back
again
the suspect say me could be di hu nti sana sa Ghana yenye hu se sebe o ma we udi enuboni hu dwa ya kwantu sem no ebe ye drama ye nyinara all right enti me stress asema aba no ye hwehwɛ mu yie na emom mu hunu ase obi abetima abechi ne ono no pɛ so kɔtena rank member ekuo amanhyehyɛ ne yɛde ne kɔtena ho and at the same time so parliament so wɔ ho hyehyɛ opɛsɛ wodi obi kɔ wɔkye no a trɔkɔma speaker na speaker ma ho kwan ya ye bi ye ba kura ye plus ne Mustafa former minister for sports Yusuf Musa omu nyina letter no ye nyina kenka bi ti ye besere se ahunhunu ane de on fa nche
me ankro mpɛsuaso na afi yenhwe atwoma mponua na yenhwe ho enso ensem no kakra na yenni nkomo sima dunum na aka yenko se na hotie wo ba ye se na manfo ni huwo ojuma ye no se no mu hunu okọ parliament de na wayo fanse de na wo de how bi na wo no ma menya ona de yenko
minua de din kan no mesa da bi kuro mo fo ase so mo to aba ma me ya na nipa ne bebiri timi busa se na me kura no amanyo sema wo atoma mponua no me ba da ben ede na de me ba mu ne nyina ne se me papa ne ba fo wo se akuto
okay
tie nyini no yehu no ma ekoso amanyo sem kakra me su bi krom ene bontom no so
ti o papa o bra pani ni
former Dr. Owusu akuto
you okay
enti me no time ya start fa 1992 no na manya scholarship ko suade wo Australia ti na man register bi me ba so me ba 96 95 96 so baby me ba ni a register ko to aba 1996 and so man to be me first election and 2000 and me register wo menhia me register menhia no and the 2004 2000 he decided say na me kura no I did tell me ko boa me krom for e wa manyo semu tv yi ma ba ne firi a na me ko atwuma mponu tv ti wo nyina no na me de mani edi the party na chi wo atwuma mponu sa times so yewura azik Kwame Siama na ye MP ho obae no no usua waye noma bebre nkane ne noma na nsusu ye party ne nsem de na ekofom
do ye nyina na party ne nsem
ekofom so wo hye record so ai wo ho a kura na komuto abama MPP no se so mu nyina to abama NDC nti enu kire se bibi koso a nipa ne bebre ne nye ena kura bi so wo so a o mu nkoto aba no kura so enti 2020 ekoto aba no obi a na ko MPP timi twa NDC mu be 15,000 20,000 2020 yewura Kwame Siama twa NDC mu 2,612 ayu ehon na yemu bi se no party a ampapa ka ho a ekofa bae na peto tenao ama party no abegu atwoma mponua ndi ne sa na tie dia ene minuan mo nso masre na mseme nkoye memseme mra na mehwese metuma je party na to ne eto aba no susu no 2020 nipa 14,000 na nkoto aba to hwe ni NDC for difference no nipa nkoto aba na tese party no enya akono me bae no nipa na mene no susu ekopre no ya na nipa no bebrere afi se ono no wadi DC da ena wakoma akoma 3 times nti kromofo no omuni no ena atwoma mponua kro ene communities 538 communities na atwoma mponua ti se me am ba from kasa da kokura me de ko apro afa na beso kura no na yenyan ko ba on so de wadi DC da ena was stand back 4 years 12 years this a me woni ne kwa ko si akanya so wo se nipa ni dada ena part re so nya akono dada ena nipa na bebre so nkoto aba that is the background ma me koche mu ba radadum ma antwi mu kase ena chia ma antwi mu kase no to so no so wo ye nhwehwemu a e wase ase a e woni se nipa na bebre 2020 no nipa 14,000 anto aba This time around, almost 31,000.
And Antwamba.
Woman's walk. And then registered voters is 88,892. To what? Started 31,000 if you want, quarter by quarter, 50,000 plus a quarter year. And then it's your quarter ban. Nipanus in dada. Oh, Timantiman, Chinimukasa. Nesso, Madame Nasi, so when you GDA will move on to Abamai. Ya quarter bano, me catch it over say. Ye ba, near Bebois. I may have a anxious at Mampunia, I'm on suffering to a pefra. A core parliamentary. A dear Bakwan, Midi can't to whom, ye qua prono. Na Kotukum, Bridge Cassabi. In fact, unam swa, ne whom papa. Timinia Quanya Quayano, de me and say, me frere minister for Rose. How it say, Minister, me bridge be woman persuaso. Na say, yan can twana more, and shall not son, Anya papa. Also, tea and one, no bad regional minister, no one two and a moon back to Krumo. Move a share. Over shares was sad who feedback by parliament and why some damn Samunamo TV. As I see a goose way, Omo Yahmojuma. Ah, my bay, Macocco share, and son of a conclave, Marco. Then so, Ama, minister, no so who said, many a day, a dear chili.
Okay.
Ya quine, I walk at your mampunua. Nyina hina ye kro no nyina ti no ekwan ne nyina ya ta so kama to kasia eka ho e mpasatia asoso ya ta ho kama okọ anim kakra ya ta ho wo de free kwan finfi ese kọ kotokuo mu kwa anu so ya ta ho kakra ba bia anu akotal obi
Asa
kotal no ba bia bi ena nansense so komu be yi kwan bi da kwan bi da ho ko pese ko go so a Ukofa bebiani no kuremo and ho mfimfim ba be mutu gold want to mada bete kwan no akofa antuje krum ade afa ho so e de sapetin bi agusu ko akiri kakra asa da ka bia mfuturo te ade ba ko a e da nyina anu se ke di mfidie no ba ye no ese se ya boase e bi twetwa kwan no so e bi twetwa kwan na nam se enkuro no doso e kwan ko nyina so asai enti na se mia so mia me de ma ho de nim sika so sa akra aboa so yentime ani ho djuma na emo mekiri se DC obeba no na nyina betra se na ye nkyehye na kwan no a efi se yentimi anya ho bibi no ya ye de ne ye so a ye to aba na ye anwie no ye beto aso efi se kwan ba ko ho so na ye betu box site no kyehwere kokosu kasutie emu ho ba bi kwan no na enye Femishwe machine na edile miame de se ma ekosi so na mpese ya kosi kasutie because kasutie no wo ko ho asisi amekasa wo ko wa wo ko fam ho no akosi man kranso eje ho ba bi nkro no bi so asa na watwem akosi kasutie
kwano wa
so ni nyina ya normal ya bobo boso afesu so oba aho pomo ahodene so a nyame ya dom NDC 2024 2014 bano almost started chip compounds MPP so beto aso ye wo ebisi beda abo ebisi asaman ebisi chichiware ena ebisi ochirikurum menua ni nyina ya wie esoso ebie di emfie dumienu intimi nko ukwa pra de kromefo no ka kire wo se da ben ne beboa wo mu amasa no ma no ya ye ene so mabusa minister for health said da ben obeboa en ama yenya sa no ma no ya bie ne yenya nipa akom ne ye de akade akom ama e kromfo so enya ahoto kakra ene so eguso ya twetwe ho nkomo yemra police station sam police station oba atwomampo no a yo krokesem nyina hini ba ko wo ho yo ba ko wo ademra yo ba ko wo adbelra police stations are wo ha no na emom yewra kwamesiama emre so no wo yenhyehyɛ yesi bi wɔ Mpasatia, yesi bi wɔ Sreso, yesi bi wɔ Bayrebon. Baabi a yɛayɛ ne nyinaa no mɛtoa so mɛhwɛ sɛ medi akyire ne atoa so na deɛ ɛsɛ sɛ yɛyɛ ne yɛpenti ne yɛkɔpɛ yɛkɔsrɛ polisifoɔ mpanimfoɔ no de polisifoɔ brɛ because ɛhɔ no so no so a wonu galamsey area sɛ ana tɔkɔtɔkɔ de hɔnyo na hɔ so aboa ma asomdwe aba afei so mia nkasa ne kuro baabi wɔ hɔ a ɛfiri kwan mfimfi ɛkwa kosi akwanchi kosi manu kuro ma kyerɛ hɔ saa no police station ba kokora ni nti ɛna mabusa so sɛ yɛ commander no wɔhyɛ nkawe commander ase mebusa mu no kyɛ wonya police station mako edu ansa na watumi anya divisional command sesei ukaka de ɛhɔ sesei ɛne de mabobɔ so nyinaa na ɛbɛyɛ nson na sɛ aka miɛnsa menim mpanimfoɔ de DC ɔbɛba no ɛbɛdwene ho na miɛnsa no so yɛapɛ ho na yɛtu ho anamɔ na yɛtumi aboa ma security sɛm a wɔ hɔ no so aba fam fɛ yɛnhwɛ school sɛsi atwomampo nua school kura baabi wɔ hɔ a school kura ni hɔ yɛkɔ aprɔ no baabi wɔ bɛkɔ na brɛ na yɛde agu school dan no so ɛno deɛ na ho den bɛtimi no bɛboae ɛma yɛyɛ biara fan ɛnso so deɛ ɛwɔ hɔ no so dɔɔso ɛno so yɛbɛhwɛ ne yɛn education director no afa ho adwene na ahụ si yɛbɛtumi asiesie wɔnyɛ school dan no mpo no a teacher force so do nkɔ atwomampo no a ɔmo ntra oyɛ nhwehwɛmu no deɛ ɔmo no sɛ baabi wɔ hɔ a service ni hɔ mobile phone services ni hɔ until the teacher ni kɔ hɔ a na sɛ onya service onya internet a ɔbɛkɔ baabi wɔ so abɛkɔ so a school dan no wɔ hɔ ɛnso teacher for baabi wɔn bɛtena no so ebi ni hɔ ebi wɔ kyerɛ sɛ normal no ɛdɔso nanso so yɛnya yɛsi brobus yɛnya de soawa na wɔyɛ dɛ wapɛ ho yɛde agya wa na wɔyɛ dɛ soawa nti yɛbɛyɛ yɛfa mu deɛ na deɛ meka ma me kuromfoɔ mu tie ne nyinaa ne sɛ meme nhyɛ bɔ na mmom ɔmunya gyidie wɔ me mu sɛ ne da bia meka kyerɛ wɔ mu no ɔmunya gyidie wɔ mu ne nyinaa ntua namɔn ne ntimi ɛmfa nkyekyere atwomampo nua adeɛ baako koraa so ɛha adwene wɔ atwomampo no agya nan kuro bebree agya nan ne so na no deɛ ɛnam ka kyerɛ ahemfo ne mpanyimfoɔ no sɛ sɛbesɛbe ɛnyɛ aban a ɔte nkran ɛna ɔbɛpɛ baabi a ma wɔkɔgya nan ɛyɛ kuromɔfoɔ unit committee sɛm ne ahemfofoɔ ne MP sɛm ne DC sɛm ɛna ɛsi yɛtumi yɛ nhyehyɛeɛ ne yɛtumi nya agya nan ɛno so yɛbɛtu ho anamɔ nti sɛ wobusa me a
na de hɔ no musɛm
metumi aka
adeɛ baako a mbusa yɛ ɛyɛ mo sports stadium no akɔsi sɛn
me nua sports stadium no sɛ na wonim hɔ deɛ a deɛ tia ɛnɛte
nti muntu ho na mo bia sɛ de owura kwame asiama yɛ man duru ɛno na aka hɔ
last year DC no scar as a request the by scaramba nti kakra no a ewura kwame asiama de buy no ɛno na ɛbae na ɛno so no a me sa dwene ho a na ha me sɛ wo na na sports minister wo boy ama ka wo pese wo pagya nyinahini kuro no ma no kɔ nanim efiri sɛ Ashanti region hanka Kumasi stadium ni hɔ a ka hɔ so ko ebetu akɔbɔ ball hɔ ɛna yɛtiri kura so ayɛ sɛ baabi ani go stars so bɛn ko betiri kura adopt hɔ ayɛ hɔ stadium ama yɛkuro no apagya na yɛntimi anwie na pesese yenim da yɛbetimi ayɛ dɛ awie saa nso na agenda 111 yɛnya bi ɛwɔ hɔ ɛso so baabi a ɛduro na nuru akyire ne nyinaa mɛsrɛ aban wɔ so some de DC ne bam de bɛfa no so ne ayɛ nhyehyɛ de abra abɛhu regional minister ne ahwɛ sɛ normal 2 projects akɛse mienu deɛ ka wɔn adawroma wɔn nhwɛ na wɔn mfa mmoae na nka ekuro no so empagyaman
honorable set Osayakoto na yɛbɛda wase finally na bɛka kora within 30 seconds na bɛka kyerɛ manfo
me kromfo de di cars da bio de etoso bi esuso no omunya gidie omu sɛ menu omu nyina ka bɔ mu a yɛbɛtumi de mpuntu aba de bia asɛm a meka no ɛnyɛ me nko a na metuma yɛ yɛn nyinaa bɛka abom ɛfiri sɛ sɛbɛsɛbɛ adwene wei ne nipa baako fo tiri ne yɛn nyinaa ka bom so de aminim sɛ nka bom de bibia si wani so a etimi yeye.
Thank you very much, any Honorable Seth Osei Akoto MP for Atwoma Mponua constituency and Edinkomo democracy ni nyina medemano ono kwa ne dia na ene Edinkomo edi dwumadi no besi ha na ya sorry medin de Kwabena Owusu Dankwa malam ya na ehye dwumadi ya ye de ebrew ne enwumre mom send messages nyanso bedamase ya sorry so ama dwumadi aka no aba abetoa so yakramo ene enyume yame ademo joda ede machi ede ebebremo yakramo bye bye.
I hear the incompetent one says he wants to come back.
I'm a baba.